I guess we're gonna begin our debate. Make sure you have your camera on, please. Your cameras need to be on. And I'm gonna tell you the rules. The rules are pretty simple, and then we'll begin. Okay. All right, let's begin. Welcome, guys, to our first online debate, and thank you for all being here. I need for you to participate at all times. Okay. Don't be nervous. The question of today's debate is technology limiting creativity in young people? Yes or no? Now, Brian is going to be in favor and Diane is going to be against it. Okay? So keep that in mind. The rules are pretty simple. Okay? I'm going to say them in Spanish. It says, la señal para pedir la palabra es levantar la mano. Si se sienten que no se les está prestando atención, pueden abrir su audio y pedir la palabra. Okay? So that means that if you got something to say, when the other person is finished with their first rebuttal, you raise your hand. Okay? Now, the other one says, dos personas no pueden hablar al mismo tiempo. We all know that. We can be talking when somebody's talking already. Okay? Intente que su argumento sea claro y breve. The timing. Remember we said 2 minutes? We're going to have 2 to 3 minutes at the most, okay? No le tema a plantear posibles soluciones. Recuerde que percepción es realidad. Cada quien tiene su propio punto de vista y nadie es dueño de la verdad. Durante todo el debate deberán tener sus cámaras abiertas, pero el audio solo prenderán en su participación. Okay? So those are the rules. And let's begin. Let's begin with the team in favor. You got 1 minute for the introduction. You got 1 minute. I'm going to give you 1 minute to put everything together. Then I'll say, okay, Diane's team is your turn. And you're gonna elaborate, okay? Actually, no, that's Brian. Brian, you're in favor, right? You're in favor, and Diane is against it. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna be first, Brian. You got 1 minute, okay? And after the 1 minute, I'll tell you to start. Okay, so get ready. Get ready.
Is the technology limiting creativity in young people? Well, that is the question, and I decide using these problems. The social isolation is the first problem. Social media takes use away from real people. The second is wasting valuable time, and the third is internet addiction. So that's it, and it was the presentation.
Okay, stop. That was 30 seconds. Okay. That was 30 seconds. Okay, Diane, it's your turn.
Good morning to all those present here. Sorry. My name is Alejandra Tavera. I am a first grader at Canadian High School and part of the team that is against on the topic. Is the technology limiting the creativity in young people? Now, as we all know, technology is one of the most important parts in the world. It helps us to do our daily activities in more easier than the past. Why do not technology is limiting creativity in young people? Because the technology is helping us to stimulate the creativity. It means that we have a reference to create something like a song, a paint, a poem, a design, etc. But my team isn't gonna talk about only this point. There are a lot of arguments that give us the answer of the topic. Like it helps us to promote artworks and innovation. It gives us tools to help us in the realization of our work. It stimulates creativity in kids, teens, and pre-adults through video games, movies, tutorials, and interaction with other people with the same goals. I hope the introduction to the games part of the topic is clear. Now is the time of my classmates to give you their information. Thank you for paying me attention.
Okay, Brian, you're next. Who's going to be the first with the first rebuttal?
Okay, I got my point.
Okay,
The question is that the technology is limiting the creativity on young people. Of course, it is. I am agree with that because we live in a generation where the dads don't educate the children as they should, and the children is a way to distract themselves, hypnotize themselves in electronic devices, and it is education problem. I think it is a problem of the parents. So I got here some figures.
Okay.
These are the percentages of mobile phone use in young people. To be exact, in young children, at 10 years, only the 25% of children of that age use a cell phone. So, after the 11 years, the 14.5% have it. At 12, the 17.5% have it too. So, that's my point. So much children have these electronic devices, and it's a problem because they don't have the age. And so, what do you have to say against that?
Oh, he left an open question. Okay, that's great. That's great, Brian. Now, does somebody on the other team wants to say something? He left an open question.
Well, I want to say that it's true that many kids use cell phones, but it doesn't mean that this is bad because there are many applications that can be useful for children to stimulate their creativity, like video games that are safe for them or videos that can give them new ideas so they can join new ideas together to make their creations and think about new things. But that's something that my partners are going to say after.
Okay, that was good.
Can I talk?
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Valeria, right?
Yes. Well, I have a source that support the opinion of Diane. Well, the same World Health Organization told us that technology are bad if we don't use it properly, but it doesn't mean that technology isn't helpful at all. It's really important because it stimulates the creativity. They also told us that innovative technologies have enormous potential to increase human well-being. The source is...
Okay, on the other team. All right, go ahead, Aranza.
Well, I'm just trying to say that technology is not the problem of many kind of things that you said. Technology is just being a tool for inspire other children to do anything, and they in the technology they can see other things that in our houses like we are today. They are seeing more things, more art, more anything, so they can be creative and have an ideas for doing many things that they don't even know, so they can have an idea for what to do in the future or some activity that can stimulate their creativity. That's my point.
Okay, great. Really good point.
Aranza, and I think that she has body or something like that.
Okay, go ahead, Aranza.
Okay. Technology tool is just that, it's just tools. You don't stop being creative by not using them. And they allow you to do other things and doing more faster. The challenge on this is just the one hand to inspire the both from children, students, and teachers, and they have more positive approach to the technology by allowing them to being users to creators. So the students' curiosity can be a weakness to fostering their creativity and improve the spirit. I found a graphic do it for a graphic of research to a test of George Land. He do it in 1968. He ran the creativity on 3 or 5 year olds. And the same test was done to innovate scientists and engineers from the NASA. This test was made for 10 years for for these children when they were 10 years of age, and they gave them the same activity and they gave them the same activity from when they were 15 years old, and the results were very interesting. They became maker education, while creativity in 5 year olds was just my screen is is presenting.
It stopped. Yeah. Okay, stop.
To say.
Okay.
Yeah, they said that the technology help us. Yeah, of course, it help us, but to adults and for the society, yeah, but to the children of the young people, it it is not like that. We can deny the reversible damage caused by technology used in a rational way and without supervision at ages. So, where the where the child has not developed his learning capacity, it could be a damage for the children. So, the technology is not good for children, for young people. It can be.
Okay. Great. Go.
The thing here is that, as we said before, technology, or well, as you mentioned at the beginning, that may be a problem by their parents. It's not the fault of their children. It's the fault of their parents. It's their responsibility. And if the parents want to stimulate children's creativity, as I mentioned before, there are many applications that are safe for them, are even educational, like videos from institutions that can give them ideas of creating new things. Also, there are games that are safe for them, games that are only made for the children's age, that it's perfectly safe. They're not online. They're making the children think by putting them some problems, or maybe making them to think in other way that they are used to, so they can stimulate their creativity. So technology is useful for humanity, but not only for adults. It's also for the children with a good use.
I want to add something with Diane opinions. I have a resource. Brian told us that technology has a bad impact on children or young people, but from birth, the human being begins to acquire experiences that will be stored in the brain from a compilation of ideas that will ultimately translate into the creativity that has allowed the human being for who he is. For Guilford, he was an American psychologist. Creativity means valuable innovation, and he agrees with technology. He knows that that technology has an impact, yeah, bad and good on young minds, but it doesn't mean it can affect. In fact, it has innovations, and it has a lot of positive aspects. I think the point is it's about moderation. It is not about bad technologies or technologies are bad. No, this is so. I don't. This is a boomer term. I mean, um, social media or technology really helps you to be who you are, to create your identity in the world. And as I've said before, the children begins to acquire experiences. And the best is to use technology. Yes, sometimes it's bad if you use in excess, but this is about moderation. Yeah, this it doesn't mean that technologies are bad. That's all. Your mic.
Teacher, your microphone.
Teacher, your microphone
Keep
is
forgetting.
activated.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. Listen, we're gonna move on to the third rebuttal. Okay, so I think it was Brian's turn now. On the, I'm sorry, on the second rebuttal.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it.
Okay, go ahead, Laura.
Right now in the actuality, we are sacrificing original thoughts for keeping ourselves constantly entertained in the technology. If we can find everything online and somewhere, we don't give ourselves the room to problem solve and to innovate in ourselves. Kids, teenagers, and even adults who they are always on their phones, they are always watching TV or they are always playing in video games. They don't innovate or they don't do creativity things now. But outside of the technology, they don't innovate or don't imagine new things. You can basically access to anything online. You can search anything and even academic things. And that's bad because now in the modality that we are having classes right now, if we have an exam or something online, we can cheat on it searching things on the internet. We don't give ourselves the chance to think or to study and and make the exams in a true way. And if I could say that, thank you.
Can I say something to that again? And your mic is muted again, but I think that, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I stand that you're thinking wrong because there's not only one program on the TV. There's not only one game that you play on a console. There's not only one web page on the internet. There are many web pages. There are many TV programs, video games, and they're all not all the same. They are different. They give you many ideas. The creativity joins together, or is the join of many ideas to create new ones by taking a part of this, and then boom, you create a new idea. That's creativity. So thank you for giving us a point. Yes, the internet has many sources, many things. So in conclusion, technology give us many information. TV give us many information. Video games give us many ideas for children, for us to join and make new things.
I want to respond to that.
Well, that was a really good point, Diane. Okay. Jesus. Okay.
To that.
Okay, Laura, go ahead.
you say that now there are many games and a lot of TV programs and all of that, but now the children, the young people don't want to see a TV program where they learn something. They just want to play video game where they shoot another people or something like that. They watch movies that they are shooting another people or they are making bad things and things like that. They don't play video games or to educate themselves. They just play things like shooting another people or things like that.
Okay, Cap,
Can I say
Oh,
something?
no, go ahead.
uh,
I would like to agree something about that.
Valeria, go ahead, Valeria.
okay, I have a response to Diana. Yes, it's Diana. Well, I think it's a educational system issue because because they usually teach you not to invent or design things on your own. However, it doesn't mean that technology it's not really helpful. There are many tools that different apps offers to you. They set your imagination soaring. It makes it easier and innovate. And technology, it's not about social media, about movies, about all of that. We're talking about also of tablets, digital pens, design apps, etc. Anyway, you always need a reference to do amazing things. Okay, and the example is Steve Jobs' invent. The iPhone was novel for its touch screen. Many brands copied it and now they reached the same market position. They even have, the trends more creativity because the iPhone has followed the same pattern or design of its products, while others come with news beyond marketing. So that's it. I can show you the innovation of iPhone against the innovation of other brands. And you can check it out that you need also an idea or to, no, a first idea to make great things and more creative things. It doesn't mean that you need, you can check that copy also can be better from the original.
Okay. All right, that's great.
Can I say something?
No, because you're already, I'm sorry, Aranza, you're already with, Valeria said something. Now I have to let it on the other group. Go ahead, Danny.
Okay, I'm gonna say something about Valeria said. Okay, well, she said that there isn't a problem with technology, but I'm gonna start it speaking about this year, this right now. What is the problem? Okay, there is something called internet addiction, and the internet addiction is a big problem, not just for children, not just for younger people, for all people. And it has a problem, another problem called fashion. Fashion. What is the fashion? I don't know. Anybody knows about TikTok since, I don't know, 2 years ago? I don't know, 3 years. But there is a fashion. If important people, popular people do anything, a lot of children, a lot of younger do the same time, like the I don't know, ¿cómo se llama? I don't know how do you say in English, but los retos, and it's that the problem. For example, a fashion right now is I don't know the game Among Us, and it is a problem. Not it's a good thing about for use for children. Why? Because there isn't a lot of bad people. There isn't a bad people that use that for, I don't know, just there is hating children. And so yes, that is a problem. The fashion in technology, in special in internet, the internet addiction. So that's it.
Okay, great. All right, let's move on to the second rebuttal. I mean, for the other team.
It's Valeria, but I don't know if she already gave her opinion.
Valeria?
Okay, well, about this. As I've said before, it's about moderation. It doesn't mean that it has to be with bad technologies. And I have a resource, in fact. Okay, as the World Health Organization told us that innovative technologies has enormous potential to increase human well-being. Yeah? So it makes, so therefore, if they are used correctly, technology enables students, young people, to learn through curiosity, collaboration, and critical thinking. Joe Paul Guilford was a American psychologist, and Raymond Carroll and Thurston, whose contributions to the study of intelligence converge in a theory of intelligence that together represent. Joe Paul Guilford was a American psychologist, and Raymond Carroll and Thurston, whose contributions to the study of intelligence converge in a theory of intelligence that together represents one of the most relevant contributions regarding conception of intelligence or creativity as a skill set. So it means they told us that technology, yes, have bad and good impacts in our lives, but it doesn't mean technologies are bad. They have innovation. And as I said before, you always need a reference to do amazing things. Yeah? So you can do with original things, innovative and new things.
Okay, it's okay. All right.
Okay. My time is finished,
Okay.
or something like that?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Time's up.
Okay.
Good point, though. Very good. Now, let's do the closing. Let's work on the closing. I'll give you 1 minute, and then we'll begin.
Okay, to sum up, the technologies has good points and bad points. But it is not the question. The question is the technology is limiting creativity in young people. It is not the technology is good or the technology is bad. So the technology is limiting creativity in young people. Is of course it is, because how I said it, the technology it is not for young people. It is not for a child. You don't let that your son go to the internet or some pages that is not for him age. And that's what I think. It is not the technology for the young people. It can be irreversible damage for them, and we can stimulate their creativity with another things like sports, like activities, like I don't know, something that like to another. So So something that like to today. That's what I think. The technology is not necessary for the creativity. The creativity is how I how I do things in the in my, I don't know how to say, do different things, like I said, and that's what I think. Your microphone.
Okay, again. Okay, so you brought up two good points right here. Video games are violent. Internet, people can surf the young people can search the internet and go into different sites where they have violent material with pictures that they're not able to, well, they can't watch, right? They can't see because they're inappropriate, right? But internet has parental controls. Now, does anybody have something to say against that?
I think we have mentioned all the things about parental control, like safe apps, but I just want to give the conclusion.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, to end this debate, I will first say that, yeah, we're not talking about internet addiction, and we're not talking about if it's good or it's bad. We're talking about creativity. So I will keep it simple with a question. Would you rather dreaming or make your dreams come true? This is the question. And by using technology, we can make our ideas make it true. For children, so easy because they can think about new things. But what about doing them by making them real? It's so difficult in some cases. With technology, you can do it in some easy ways so the children can understand and stimulate themselves. You can show them new creations. You can show them art on internet. You can show them videos that they can join together to create new ideas. You can make them play video games. You can make them hear some people talk to give them idea of what they want to create. And also, because of the creativity born from the recompilation of information, as I stated before, it is so useful for the children because a children doesn't want to go to a library and start reading. They want to see amazing things right now. What about that? Technology can show us amazing things right now, right on this moment. We don't have, it doesn't have to wait. They don't want to wait. They just want to create. So if you want to create, technology is the way.
Wow, okay. That was great. That was really good. You brought up really, really interesting points here. Your arguments were strong too. Now, does anybody have something to say against this? He left an open question. Final argument? No? Okay. Well, this is the end of the debate. I made some notes here. Who took the time? Who came up with evidence, sources, and overall, how long it took you to be speaking in English? Because that's my main goal, for you to speak English all the time. Okay, and you guys did great. You guys didn't use Spanish. You guys didn't mix it with Spanish, which it was great. I'm very proud of you guys. It was a really good debate, and we're gonna leave it like that. And enjoy the rest of your day. Professor Eduardo, he's the one that recorded this debate, and hopefully we'll get to see it together when we go back to school. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. If you have any questions, you can text me. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher.
Bye, teacher.